Alright everyone, welcome back to the workbench. It's been a little while. This wife's been sick and haven't had much time to get down here and actually work on some projects. So we're back to the Atari 7800 and I do have this is the board. It's a simple amplifier board and mixing board so we can get some S-video out of this. So today I'm going to be hooking up hooking up to the 7800 itself. So this found some old instructions online from a good, looks like 17, 18 years back, but maybe technology is over 30 years old, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to be soldering these on, following this handy little guide here. I did end up drawing my own schematics for this one. They did exist, but I wasn't terribly happy. Some of them were like ASCII kind of art, and the other ones were just not very well drawn, a little confusing. So, actually, I went through and drew up new plans for it. So this is pretty straightforward. There's 4 luma lines, which are brightness, and then there's 2 chroma lines, one for the 2600 side, another one for the 7800 side, because it's a dual system. And then there's 2 audio inputs. One of them is the 7800's native audio, and then the other one is the when 2600 games and 7800 games had a built-in sound card on the cartridge itself. It would bypass it, so I'm mixing that in as well. So first off, we have the sync line, which is the I'm sure it's the horizontal sync. Regular television signals, the old NTSC and PALs, you'd have a sync signal that would tell the electron beam to sweep back to the start of the line. So it's just a, or also it's a vertical sync, so it gets all the way to the bottom. It's probably the vertical sync that tells it to go all the way back up to the top. As the screen gets redrawn 30 times a second on the old CRTs, even though it's 60, it's known as progressive scan, so it'll do one line and then alternate to every other row. So if you ever wonder why VHS never looks all that great, it's because it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's only a progressive scan. It's not it's only interlaced, not progressive. I got that backwards. Interlaced. So when you see I, it means interlaced. It means every other line gets refreshed. So your true refresh rate's only 30, not 60. Let's see. Yellow is Loom 3. Let's go with sync. Goes Luma 1, Luma 2, Luma 3, Luma 3. Maybe let's do them in a row. So I need Luma 1, which is going to be blue. I like using this rainbow kind of thing. It makes it much easier to figure out what wire is what. I mean, I've seen even real systems, they just used one colored wire for everything, which is kind of crazy. Like the GameCom was like that. It's all blue wire. So I hope I know where you're going. Must have had a fire sale on blue wires. So this little circuit to pull the S-video out is kind of neat. It mixes the lumas in, and then you get a nice clean luma. The sync is the chroma is already there, so you don't have to worry about that. Though I did add potentiometers on there, so I'll play a 7800 game and then I'll play a 2600 game and adjust the colors accordingly. extra solder in there. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. So I'll do for now. I'll keep soldering away, and it's probably going to be a short video. I'll probably jump cut later and show you with it all wired in. Alright, we're about 20 minutes later, and got the S-video board all wired in, including the outputs. I'm going to, next thing I have to do is actually hook this up to a TV and do some adjustments, and then I can start drilling some holes on the Atari case, the 7100 case itself. I'm doing something a little different this time. I used to put RCA jacks on there, which are these guys for the audio video out. So this my patron here, he wanted S-video, of course he's getting that. And this time around we're going to go with this little 4-pin tip ring sleeve arrangement. So basically plug this in to the 3.5mm jack, and you have your audio video out, but you only end up with this little 6mm across hole in the case instead of trying to precision drill 3 holes here, and it's just kind of messy. So I'll wire it up so you can just plug in a regular stereo cable as well if you just want to do it that way. And I'll have a little push button on the side to toggle the composite in and out. So doesn't really take much more time or effort to do it that way, and this is a way I want to try going forward. Just going off, I actually ordered a bunch of these cables off of eBay. I want to go with this style, so it's just keep it cleaner, and when the system's stored, it'll look a lot more legit. You would barely be able to tell it's been modified. So that's it for tonight.